What do you defend when a player can give you several different answers? Show Désiré Doué the outside, and he can attack it. Close that route, and he can move inside. Step towards him too early, and he can change direction. Stay away, and he may accelerate. Protect yourself against the dribble, and a passing lane can appear somewhere else. That is the first reason Doué is so interesting. Not because he possesses one unstoppable weapon, but because defenders cannot always know which weapon is coming next. Yet that variety creates a question for Doué as well. Having many solutions is one thing. Choosing the right one, at the right moment, against the best defenders in football, is something much harder. And that may be the question that defines how far his talent can eventually go. Doué's game begins with technique, but technique alone does not explain him. Watch his first touch. It can control the ball, but it can also change the next action. A touch across the body can alter the angle of pressure. A touch into space can turn receiving into carrying. Sometimes he protects the ball. Sometimes he invites pressure. Sometimes he stops. Then he goes again. That change of rhythm matters. A defender facing constant speed can adjust to speed. A defender facing changing speed must repeatedly adjust his balance, distance and timing. Doué can use his shoulders, hips and body orientation to suggest one route before taking another. He can move inside or escape outside. He can carry through space, combine quickly with a teammate, or delay until the picture changes. The important point is not that these actions look impressive. It is what they can make the defender do. Sometimes the dribble begins before Doué touches the ball. He observes the defender's position. He presents information. The defender shifts weight or protects one route. Doué can then attack the space that reaction has helped create. This is where technique becomes manipulation. The skill is performing the movement. The intelligence is understanding why that movement might work now. But none of this began in Paris. Doué entered Rennes Academy when he was 6 years old. For more than a decade, Rennes provided the environment in which his technical repertoire developed. By 17, he had reached Ligue 1. Senior football changed the problem. Defenders were stronger, faster and more experienced. Space disappeared more quickly. Decisions that worked at youth level had to survive against professionals. There were already signs of the player he might become. Against Dynamo Kyiv in October 2022, a teenage Doué reacted to a turnover, attacked the opportunity and scored a late European winner. The action was simple compared with some of the football that would follow. But the instinct was visible. Recognize the change. Attack the space. Finish the action. Rennes gave him senior experience and room for a broad technical identity to develop. He could operate in different attacking areas. He could carry the ball. He could challenge defenders. He could create. Rennes built the toolbox. Paris would increase the difficulty of the problems. In August 2024, at 19, Doué joined Paris Saint-Germain. The attraction was not simply a larger club. Paris was building a young, technically ambitious squad under Luis Enrique, and Doué entered an environment in which versatility could be valuable. He could play wide. He could move centrally. He could operate in different attacking relationships. But versatility at elite level is not simply the ability to stand in several positions. Each position changes what a player must see. The pressure arrives from different directions. Passing options change. Teammates occupy different spaces. Defensive responsibilities change. Luis Enrique made clear during Doué's first months that the teenager was still adapting and still learning different positions. That matters. Because the story was not that a wonder kid arrived in Paris and immediately understood everything. The talent was there. The adaptation had to follow. At Rennes, one question might have been, where can I go? At Paris, the harder question became, when should I go? Can I dribble? That is a technical question. Should I dribble now? That is a football question. Doué had entered a system where individual freedom had to operate inside collective structure. Paris wanted movement, rotations, pressing, positional relationships and players capable of making the team unpredictable without making the team disorganized. That distinction is essential. Unpredictability is useful when the opponent cannot predict you. It becomes dangerous when your own teammates cannot predict you either. So the challenge was not to remove Doué's creativity. It was to make that creativity increasingly compatible with the movements around him. Luis Enrique has spoken about the importance of video analysis for individual and collective improvement. Doué himself has spoken about analyzing his matches and training. That does not prove that one method transformed him. But it does describe the development culture around him. Observe, review, adjust, repeat. And gradually another side of Doué's football became increasingly important. What he could do without the ball. A player does not need possession to alter a defense. Stay wide and a defender may have to respect the width. Move inside and the reference can change. Drift away from your starting position and somebody must decide whether to follow. If that defender follows, another space may open. If the defender stays, Doué may become available somewhere more dangerous. The same principle applies defensively. Pressing is not simply running towards the football. The angle matters. The timing matters. The passing lane you remove can matter as much as the opponent you approach. This became visible against Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final in May 2025. Doué initiated pressure. Paris continued the action around him. Passing possibilities narrowed. The important outcome was not the distance he ran. It was the decision the pressure helped force. That is football intelligence without possession. And specific matches allow us to see how different parts of his game began producing consequences. Against Aston Villa in April 2025, Doué received near the left edge of the penalty area. The shooting lane was not simply waiting for him. He helped create it. Receive, shift, change the defender's relationship to the ball. Open the window. Finish. The goal was spectacular, but the lesson is more useful than the spectacle. Sometimes the action that finishes the opportunity is also the action that creates it. Now compare that with another type of problem. Against Bayern Munich in 2026, UEFA's technical analysis highlighted Doué drifting away from his nominal right-sided position. Watch what happens without focusing on the ball. Doué moves. A defender reacts. The defensive reference changes. Space appears somewhere else. Doué does not need to receive the next pass for the movement to have value. That is an important stage in understanding his development. At Aston Villa in 2025, movement of the ball helped him create the shooting opportunity. Against Aston Villa again in 2026, another type of intelligence could be seen. This time the important movement happened before he received the ball. He waited, read the defensive line, timed the run, attacked the space, received, finished. One opportunity was created through manipulation with the ball. Another through anticipation without it. That difference matters. Because the evolution of an attacking player is not only about adding new tricks. Sometimes it is about needing the ball less to influence what happens next. Then came the night that changed the scale of the conversation. The 2025 Champions League final. Paris Saint-Germain against Inter. For Doué, the match became extraordinary not merely because he scored twice. Look first at the opening goal. A young attacker on the biggest club stage could have forced the finish himself. Instead, Doué recognized that Achraf Hakimi had the better opportunity. He passed. Hakimi scored. That decision tells us something that the highlight of a spectacular dribble cannot. Football intelligence often means rejecting an available action because another action is better. Doué then scored himself. And scored again. Paris won 5-0. Doué finished the final with 2 goals, 1 assist and the Player of the Match award. At 19, he had produced one of the defining individual performances of a Champions League final. But even that night needs context. One extraordinary final cannot prove an entire career. The next question was repeatability. Weeks later, against Bayern Munich at the Club World Cup, Doué scored again against elite opposition. Then another European season arrived. Now opponents knew him. There was more video, more attention, more expectation. The novelty was disappearing. Yet the production did not disappear with it. And the numbers began to reflect the broader development. Across his Rennes League career, Doué produced approximately 0.39 goals plus assists per 90 minutes. In his first Paris League season, that rose to approximately 0.62. In the following season, approximately 0.73. His shooting involvement increased as well. The numbers do not prove why. Paris had more possession, more attacking quality and a different tactical environment. Role, teammates and opportunity all matter. Statistics require context, but the direction is still meaningful. The behaviors that made Doué interesting were increasingly ending in measurable attacking consequence. His first Paris Champions League campaign produced 5 goals and 5 assists in 16 appearances. More importantly, those contributions were not isolated from pressure. They reached knockout football and ultimately the final. Then production continued into another European campaign. That matters because emerging players eventually face a different test. First, opponents discover you. Then they study you. The second challenge can be harder than the first. International football added another level. Doué progressed through France's youth system, through the Olympic team and into the senior national side. By 21, he was no longer being judged only as a promising academy graduate or an exciting club signing. Expectation had changed. But expectation is not evidence. And trophies are not individual proof. There must also be room for the matches where the solutions do not work. The 2025 Club World Cup final against Chelsea is important for exactly that reason. Paris lost 3-0. Doué could not turn the match in his team's favor. That does not erase what came before. It makes the analysis more credible. Because versatility does not guarantee control. Technical quality does not guarantee the correct decision. And a player who can solve many different problems will still encounter opponents who create problems he cannot yet solve. That is why Doué remains such an interesting subject at 21. The evidence is already substantial. Elite technique, increasing attacking production, high-level match impact, positional flexibility, off-ball development, European success, senior international progression. But the unresolved part may be more important than the achievements. Can his decision-making become as consistent as his technical repertoire is broad? Can he continue producing when opponents build specific plans around him? Can he preserve unpredictability while becoming more efficient? Can he influence matches when space disappears, when transitions are limited, and when the first solution fails? And as his responsibilities grow, can he decide not only what he is capable of doing, but what the match actually requires? That is the difference between potential and sustained elite performance. Désiré Doué may not need another spectacular weapon. He already has many. His future may depend on mastering the choice between them. The tools are real. The evidence is growing. The football intelligence is becoming more sophisticated. But the highest level of football is not decided by how many answers a player possesses. It is decided by how often he finds the right answer. And at 21, that is what makes Désiré Doué's next generation story worth watching.
Speed of thought, less time, less room, more to see. Hold the width and drift inside. Turn one moving into 3. Press at angles, close the lane. Run when passing windows show. Sometimes power wins the moment. Sometimes knowing when to go. European night, 2 goals, 1 assist beneath the lights. But one great night is not the end, the next decision comes again.